Once all the understanding is developed that one thinks they need about the situation at hand, the next step is to figure out the strategy, which is, quite simply just a plan for how you're going to get from A to B. And and the network of interactions and the aspects of the stakeholders are critical in developing this plan, and their involvement is also critical. Though what it's important to do is to figure out the boundary, to really understand which aspects of the interactions are which stakeholders' responsibility, and which collection of those are actionable and which ones are not. The worst thing you can possibly do is to expend a lot of effort trying to change things that are out of the area of responsibility of any of the individuals involved, which means nothing's going to get done. So there's another video about developing the boundary. The next piece is leverage. After having developed this set of interactions which are responsible for the patterns of behavior in the current situation, one then needs to look at that set of interactions and figure out where is it within that structure that the appropriate changes can in fact be made to produce the desired alternative that you're looking for. And there's another video about employing how to go about looking at that structure and figuring out the leverage that's critical to developing the strategy. One needs to understand the time frame that is appropriate or that it's expected to take to effect this strategy, and is it in fact a time frame that's possible. In other words, if there is in fact only 6 weeks to implement a strategy that takes 6 months, you're probably doomed before you start, and you should rethink the strategy. The resources necessary to implement the strategy are critical. Sometimes efforts are seriously under-resourced, and there's just no way to get there from here. And money. Seldom do we do anything that costs nothing, so that it's important to make sure that there is the requisite amount of money available to make this journey. So all of those pieces fit into developing the strategy, and in the near-term future, some examples will be presented using all of the pieces in this enabling a better tomorrow sequence, so that you can get a better handle on what the actual pieces look like. Though something that's repeatedly turns up in organizations is that there is in fact a performance degradation within the organization. Things are not just simply not going the way that others would like them to be. So the determination is that people need more help to in fact improve that performance degradation. And the kind of help that's generally provided is micromanaging the situation with more accountability and more control. The implication of that is that the individual or groups that are already overloaded simply become more overloaded because they're trying to deal with being micromanaged and the additional accountability and control, so that they're doing reporting instead of getting stuff done, which in fact further degrades performance, and it's a fundamental attribution error, which means that the bad situation simply gets worse because well-intentioned people are just screwed up about what they're doing to help the situation. So be wary of this, because it turns up all the time. So there are a few thoughts about strategy, and hopefully real soon I'll get the boundary and leverage videos done, so that you have a couple of additional pieces to go into this. See you in the next video. Bye.